In this simple table, the last row is showing an input tip, telling the users to input order ID. When selecting the cell, you can see it has no value in it. Input order IDs, the input tip is automatically moved to a new row, and a new input tip is shown to remind the users of the amount. I'll show you how to make this intermediate to advanced level Excel trick. Save this video in case you need to review it later. This trick is to make use of the overflowing of text from the column next to it. If you want the input tip text to align to the left, insert an extra column on the left. To align text to the right, insert column to the right. Unfortunately, there is no align middle option for this trick. Adjust the formatting to make the extra columns look like a single column to our main columns. Set the text alignment to the left and right respectively. Then format the text of the columns to light gray and italic to make it less obvious. You'll see in a minute. I wrote this formula for index number off camera and also added this conditional formatting for the table. Pause the video if you want to study these formulas. The index number will automatically add numbers when we input order ID. Watch my previous video about automatic index numbers for more details. Now the formula of the input tip. First, we check the order ID counts. We skip the condition when we have order ID for now. When there is no order ID input, we let it show the input tips of input order ID. Spaces in front of the text to do minor alignment. When the table is empty, it will show the tip. The tip disappeared when we input an order ID. Back to the formula, we use another if function and offset function to check the order ID column is empty. Offset from the first row of order ID, put 3 commas and use count A to get the total number of rows that has values. If you want the input tip to show on the new row below, we can add +1 in the height argument of the offset function. If the offset function returns empty, we show the input tips of input order ID, spaces in front of the text to do minor alignment, or else return empty. We completed the input tip for the order ID column. When we input more order IDs, the input tip will automatically move downward. The last thing to do is to string the column width to 0.1. If you want to use this trick in Google Sheets, the minimum column width to show overflowing of text is 7, which for me is not small enough, but that's how Google Sheets work. Now the text of the column next to it is overflowing to the order ID column. The new row of order ID column is showing the input tip, but it has no value in it, which means it will not interfere when we want to input new data. We can use the cursor key to move to the hidden column. Copy the formula and paste to the other input tip column. For this input tip, we want it to show in a row where we have order ID but no amount. So the offset function will move to column G and remove the +1 in the height argument. Change the text to amount. And now the space is at the back of the text as we are aligning it to the right. String the column to 0.1 column width. And that completes today's video. Thanks for watching.